Hey, what is up everybody? So today I'm going to walk you guys through the amount of income I got in January from YouTube as well as dividends. So those of you that have followed the channel know that I have a portfolio of around 200 some $1,000s, of which I generally talk to you guys about the portfolio that isn't my 401k, mostly because it's very difficult to split out whatever dividends come out of my 401k. Generally just reinvest directly back into shares. It doesn't split it out. So I generally just talk about the part that I can measure and show to you guys. Otherwise, it'd just be like, hey, here's $100 and some $1,000s that I have in my 401k, and you don't know what kind of passive income it gets. So I like to start off with this spreadsheet, or this particular page within the spreadsheet, because it splits everything by sector. So it's a big VLOOKUP table that generally just splits everything and slices it based off of the portfolio percentage as well as the income by sector that is in each individual sector. And what it basically ends up showing is, you know, how much I have in each sector and the income total that I have and income by each sector. Sometimes it's difficult to look at the table. That's why I generally show everyone these pie charts as well. So the one on the left is how much total monies I have in each individual sector, and the one on the right is how much income I get from each individual sector. So as always, those of you that have been loyal to the channel know that my energy percentage is quite high. It is starting to come down though, so hopefully you guys are at least noticing that. The real estate is second in command. Financials, which is this purple wedge between real estate and financial, or real estate and energy, is the third largest. And then consumer staples as well as telecommunications are getting up there as well. The technology sector is probably the sector where I get paid the least amount in dividends, but it's 6.5% of my portfolio. And you can see that cash is starting to come up as a larger portion of my total sector portfolio as well as my income. And that's just because it's early in the year. I just recently transferred monies from my traditional IRA to my Roth IRA. I had to wait until I had all the money associated with that. So now that I have that, next month or within the next month or whenever I see an appropriate opportunity, I'll be sure to invest that, and you will see a large bump up in income from that. At the moment, not including special dividends, which I'll get to in a second, the forward portfolio is about $7,200 a month, or $7,200 a year in dividends, which is pretty phenomenal. And looking directly at the companies that paid me this month, it is generally not one of my bigger months. January, April, those are generally not my bigger months. Generally speaking, it's either the least or the second least biggest month. It's still the second least biggest month in terms of 1Q, but a lot larger of dividends than I anticipated. And part of that is based off of BHP's special dividend. So that special dividend that I was talking about is not included in that original $7,200. So you can see that $7,200 has now jumped to about $7,500 just based off this special dividend. What it was there was a transaction where BHP sold off a decent amount of their onshore assets, some may call it PetroHawk assets that they had, and they bought that probably, I don't know how many years ago, for about $20 billion, and they recently just sold it to another company, and with that they took the purchase price and split half of it into share buybacks and half of it into special dividends. So it was good enough for about 5.7 additional shares of BHP for me. So I'm sitting there being a happy camper because I think my payout from BHP went from about $311 to $330 or something dollars. So basically just increased my income by $20 or so dollars a year, which is phenomenal. Another major standouts is Bank of Nova Scotia, Starwood Property Trust, and then obviously I have my monthly dividend-paying stocks like Realty Income Corp, Stag, Maine, Altria Group, Pepsi, Cyrus One, which is a data storage real estate investment trust, Disney, Philip Morris, WP Carey, which is a triple net leasing company. In other accounts, I have Philip Morris again, and also Altair Group, some additional Realty Income Corp, and then I also have Keurig Green Mountain, which was previously known as Dr. Pepper Snapple, and also I got some leftover dividends from my ETFs that are in my YouTube Moolah account, and some Amex Personal. So I ended up, this is just my personal savings, so that ended up with about $775, which is, I believe, the best January I've ever had. If we go to this graph, you can see the red is what I have set up for January 2019. These reds that you see in the other following months are just estimates at the moment, and you can't see this, but it's about $775, which is basically what I just showed you. It's an increase of about 200% over last year, which is absolutely phenomenal. Part of that is obviously due to the BHP dividend, so otherwise this would be in the 500 range, but still a phenomenal result. It'd still definitely be over 100% increase year over year, and I think that's part of me investing in Disney as well as additional investments in Altair Group to allow that to increase. So what you're now seeing is January, April's, July's are now becoming the second biggest month, whereas before it was always in a fight between the second month of every quarter. And now it's looking at about a $7,500 payout for the year, which is a pretty good deal considering my rolling 12-month average. For the next 12 months is about $7,200. That BHP special dividend put me at about $7,500. So now I'm only $1,000 for the year away from my goal. So hopefully there's no additional dividend cuts like I had in Seadrill Partners really recently. So that way I can get to the $8,500 goal I was looking for to do. At the moment I'm looking about a 32% increase over last year, which is almost $622 for the year, which is actually really good. This is also just measuring the money that I made from YouTube in January. So I made about $104 in terms of passive income from YouTube. So that's always you guys coming to appreciate and show your love and comment on the channel and try to continue yourselves and learn. That's an increase from $75 last year. So that's this orange bar. I should probably make this red, right? So let me make this red. Boom. Thanks, guys. So this is my best year in YouTube ever. So this is absolutely phenomenal. I'm ecstatic. I wasn't expecting it. I think I only put out 2 videos, but I think I did some changes in the way some of my ads show up. I think previously I was very particular about where my ads show up and might have not placed enough of them. Even if I had a 10-minute video, I think I only had them starting up in the very beginning, where some people, you know, they put all of them they can, what have you. But this is putting me on track for over $600 this year, which is great. About $650, which would put me at about the $8,000 range of total passive income, which is great. I'm currently being conservative in my forecast of about $50 a month, just based off of I don't know how ad revenue is going to go this year. I haven't been very consistent about uploading videos, and I also haven't been. Sometimes I'll upload, you know, 1 video a month. Sometimes I'll upload 2 or 3. So, you know, the income coming from YouTube is sometimes sporadic. But at the moment, it's looking at about an average of $54. I anticipate if I continue this streak, it'll continue to go up. And I'm currently at about $8,060 for the year, which is for January 2019 estimates. So that's pretty good. That's not including any further investments. Like I said, I have about $6,000 in my Roth IRA, which I just put in that I need to invest. I have, you know, my bonus for the year that's just about to come in the March-April time frame. So adding all those items into the portfolio, as well as the about $1,000 or $2,000 that I add every month, I'm hoping to really get to that $8,500 in dividend income. So this green is hopefully going to get to this $8,500 mark by the end of 2019. This yellow I don't count on in terms of my my goal. I'm hoping that just the green alone, which is my dividend income, will get to $8,500. And then next year, as I've told you guys, I'm hoping to get to about $12,000. So, phenomenal results so far. I'm really excited about January, hitting that out of the gate. Best January yet in terms of where I've gotten to in the past. It's, believe it or not, one of my top income months ever. Let me see here. So December I had 789. September I had 943. June I had 785. So it's definitely, I think it's in the top 5 in terms of total income. But really have some good ones coming up. So March is looking at about 960. June of this year, I'm looking at about 830. September is almost going to break $1,000. So hopefully, with some dividends reinvested, I'd break that. And December of this year will also be 852. So some really big months. On track for 1Q for about $2,000 in passive income, which is great. And that's not including any of the YouTube income. So phenomenal results so far. I'm really appreciative of all my efforts and you guys continuing to watch. Obviously, you guys will play a big part into this if the channel continues to grow. Almost at about 1,800 subscribers at the moment, so it's pretty humbling. But other than that, I think that is it. If you guys have any questions or if you'd like to suggest a video that you'd like to see, leave a comment down in the comment section down below. Otherwise, like, subscribe, and at worst case, I'll show you guys what I made in February. But I believe there's a video that I'm about to come out with in the next day or so. So it really just depends if I'm lazy and want to watch YouTube videos or watch Netflix, or if today or tomorrow I want to create a video for you guys. So worst case, not worst case, but if I decide to put out a video, I'll probably record it today or tomorrow and release it maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll put it on a scheduled release for you guys. So if it doesn't come out Tuesday, Wednesday, I probably didn't make a video, so apologies on that. Alright guys, talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.